Indeed, the Inspector General, that is Douglas Kangja, was here just a few minutes ago. I think it was around 1 p.m. to heading towards 2 p.m. And it was a significant moment, especially for the IG, when we asked him about the situation, not just in Kitengela, but also in other parts of the entire Nairobi metropolitan area where he has toured. And he said that being here, able to address the press at 1 p.m. was such a significant moment, because normally at around now in Kitengela during previous protests, this is when demonstrations hit fever pitch. This is when you see the trading of tear gas canisters and stones, a sort of a barter trade between the demonstrators and the police officers. But today we have not witnessed any of that. Kitengela has been calm all day. We were here from 9 a.m. up to now. We are heading to 3 p.m. and there's not been any sound of a tear gas canister being lobbed in the air or even the smell of tear gas. Kitengela today tells a different story. Although businesses are bearing the brunt of this calm but still tense moment, because a majority of them today decided not to open. We've made stopovers or checks at various parts of Kitengela, and most of the supermarkets, including the supermarket right behind me, Eastmart supermarket, today decided not to open. Of course, due to the fears. Remember, when Kitengela demonstrates, when the people come out, it's usually serious. We see injuries, we see people getting shot, and eventually, due to the infiltration by goons, we see businesses being looted. And perhaps due to those fears, a majority of the businesses today were not opened. And so many of the people who are even coming to Kitengela today may lack a purpose, because some may come to shop, some may come to work, but as you see, the businesses, the workstations are closed today. Also counting losses could be the border people here. We are seeing most of them in their sheds. They do not have customers today to take from one place to another, and it is quite a bad day for them. But in terms of peace, in terms of stability, Kitengela, for the first time in quite some time, when we have demonstrations, has been very, very peaceful. If you are serious about it, or if you could take your time, Dan Mwangi, you could count the people who are in Kitengela today. There are few people here. Normally, people will be passing here. There will be not just traffic congestion, but also human traffic, especially at this part of Kitengela town. But it is a very different story. Very, very few people today turned out, perhaps to go about their business in Kitengela town. And IG Kangja, who, as you mentioned, was here just a while ago, was very proud of it. He was happy with the situation here, and he was even assuring residents that tonight, even if there are fears, or it is anticipated that the many police officers who are in Kitengela today may be leaving, people can sleep. Rest assured that they will wake up in the morning with their property intact. There are fears that goons could take over when dusk sets in, but he was giving them the assurance that today they do not have to worry about it. We also asked him about the many roadblocks that we are seeing at the major or the main artery points towards the heart of the Nairobi Central Business District, including one just as you approach Mlolongo. And he tried to justify it. He said it was necessary. He said that it was not in vain. It was to ensure that demonstrators do not make their way into the CBD. And he says it worked. It has borne fruits. And he was very, very delighted about it. We shall be seeing whether there were multiple arrests here in Kitengela. Remember, yesterday reports emerged that activist Bob Njagi was arrested by detectives. And earlier today, there are also reports that Asma Longton, this activist arrested even during previous demonstrations, was arrested just a few meters from where we are standing. He is said to have been in a black Noah or Voxy. We will be verifying that. Heading towards Mlolongo, that's when police officers put a roadblock of their vehicles and they pounced on him together with other people or other passengers who were in the car. We shall be verifying their identities. And we even asked Kangja about it, and he said, and we even asked about the whereabouts of Bob Njagi, where he told us that while he may not be so sure, he said that due procedure will be followed, and that anyone arrested, not just Asmal Longton and Bob Njagi, but also the many people, demonstrators that we have seen being arrested today in the Nairobi CBD, will follow due process. They will have their day in court, while they may spend a night in the cold police cells. It is July. They will be arraigned, and due process will follow. It is. We are heading to 3 p.m. As I put it, this is when we approach climax. In football terms, this could be when we usually see the added extra time. But today, it has been a very cool, calm Kitengela, despite the hot weather, of course, and the dusty environment. And we shall be monitoring and seeing the situation here. Will it change? We wait to see. The demonstrators will tell us whether. But Dan Mwangi, so far, it is calm. So far, so good here in Kitengela. No major insecurity or tough or running battles here, pitting the police officers, and there are many here against the demonstrators that we usually see turn out here in Kitengela to demonstrate in previous occasions. Dan Mwangi.
Thank you very much, David Mudhoka. And like you've heard him say, that it's not what we have seen during more recent protests, where we've seen quite some activity in Kitengela, which has in some cases led to deaths, unfortunately.